for that, even for the manufacture, sale or use of drugs, that building, any property will be forfeited to the state government and will bring it down over that piece of property. Any forest or bush or whatever that is used as camp or whatever, if the community doesn't allow us to go and take them out, if we discover it, we go, we kick them out, we take over that land. It becomes that of the state. The law prescribes a whole lot of things. If you are running a hotel, and if you are in the communities, there are information that you must be given about every tenant, everybody that checks into a hotel, that gets into. The reporting requirements are onerous, including all these native doctors that make all the charms and tell us that they are invincible and so on. We'll prosecute them and jail them. So it's an all-out war.
The newly passed Anambra State Homeland Security Law. The Anambra State Homeland Security Law has come to be. The second event is a formal launch of our Special Intervention Force, which we call Operation Vigilante. And this morning, we had to cut the ribbon where we had the vehicles that are being rolled out today and going to the streets of Anambra. We cut the ribbon, the first batch, and then they came down here, surprisingly as well, part of this force, which happened to be the new security architecture.
And how I wish that we could, on a monthly basis, take reports about which local government is crime-free for a month and which one is crime-infested. We can have a way of knowing those. We can say this local government from 1st of the month to the 30th or 31st of the month was zero violent crime. We must then have a way of incentivizing those who then succeed, and then have ways of saying, okay, my friend, what's the problem with your local, why is your local government the axis of this continuing criminality? I don't mind doing that. If we can say in a month, we can say, okay, if yours is zero violent crime, this is the price. I'm prepared to name it. You will be keeping your record. I will keep my own record. If each month there is no other thing there, I'll give that division 10 million. I said it. We'll call it argument.
That is what the professor is proposing. You know, there was a time for 5 straight years after the first 3, turmoil years or tumultuous years under Peter Obi. Anambra State was rated for 5 straight years as the most safe, secured state in the entire Nigeria. 5 straight years. There's record for that. You can check it out. But Soludo is pretty much like not a friend of that of Obi. So he would do it his own way, unfortunately. And like Peter Obi said, right, rather than him to respond to Soludo's criticism or what have you, or attacks, he would encourage him because Peter Obi, is a trader. Soludo is a professor. So Soludo is more educated and more is expected from him than himself will be. So people should just try and support him. That's what will be said about him. So we now look forward to, you see, the last time he put out a task force in Anambra on, transportation. They have become a menace in Anambra, extorting people and beating people up on the streets. So I hope that this is Agone Chamber, Abiaguachi squad. They are not going to turn into another Ebubeagu in Imo State, targeting, their supposed political enemies or the IPOB, which became their target, while the Fulani terrorists continue to have a field day in these communities. So we shall continue to watch on that. Talking about the police here. Remember the face-off, or the drama between the police IG and then the senators and the reps guys a few days ago when they were doing the budget defense. Right, let me give you the backstory. The Tiflumbu's budget for 2025, which includes the budget for the police. So it was time for the police IG, the police Minister of Police Affairs, and their team to go on and defend the content of that budget, their own budget. Now, while the police IG was reading what was supposed to be the budget presented to this House of National Assembly, right? So it became obvious that what he was reading is different from what was given to these members. They were supposed to ask questions about this budget. So that sort of escalated so quickly when one of them said, this is not what we have. What is going on? Anyway, it's been confirmed that indeed, right, there are two budgets. One for the National Assembly, the second one for the chairman or the chairman of the committee overseeing the police affair and the police IG. So that is not for general people. But in his own defense, the police, I don't believe what he's saying, you know, I just want to put it on record, Neil. Sure you get. In his own defense, this is what he had to say about that shameless event.
I want to make this clarification that
it's not shameless, it's shameful event. Let me say that again.
I want to make this clarification that the IG did not present a document that is different to what was circulated to members. Two documents were circulated. I was presenting the summary. Probably those senators don't have the copies that I was presenting, but the copies were available for them. They were just asked to be served the copy, and there wouldn't have been any drama. I have cordial relationship with members of the National Assembly. Very cordial relationship. I don't know. What happened yesterday happened. For a very long time, the Nigerian police has been facing three critical challenges. One is inadequate appropriation, which limits modernization and service delivery. Two is the restrictive envelope budget system, which fails to account for the expansive, innovative demands of the police. And the third is the delay in fund releases, and sometimes incomplete releases of funds appropriated to the police. So those are the three critical challenges that the police has been grappling with over the years. It's not something new. It's been there for a long time. Last year, we fought to take police out of the envelope budgetary system. We couldn't achieve that. But thanks to Mr. President, who came to our aid in the course of running the year. Otherwise, we won't have been able to achieve all the things that you see us achieving in 2024. A number of times we have run to Mr. President, and he has intervened on our behalf. We have been able to, he has made it possible for us to access Special Intervention Fund to run some of our emergency operational duties. So we hope that the allocation this year will be better, but given this envelope budget system, police operating under this envelope budget system is grossly inadequate. What we have for overhead, for example, will not be enough to fuel the fleet of our vehicles for 4 months in a year. My message to Nigerians is to cooperate with the Nigerian police. Be patient with us. We are here, we are passionate about this country. We want to increase our service delivery to the people, but we also want their cooperation. We want the cooperation of the people. Just a few days ago, the Office of Servicom from the presidency were here to make presentation of award to Nigerian police for being the most improved Servicom unit in Nigeria. That says so much about how much we have been trying to scale up our service delivery. So we want support of the people of Nigeria, we want their understanding, and we want their cooperation, and we want them to be patient with us. Where we go wrong, they should point it out, we will correct ourselves. Thank you.
Nuisance Lele.
He's an illegal police IG, by the way, just a reminder. is not a legal one. His own time of office or service ended last year, April. Tinubu extended his stay because he's a Yoruba man. That's the reason why. And that doesn't mean that they don't have any other Yorubas that can become police IG. But there is something or the reasons why they are keeping him. Igbetokun's time as a police officer expired. He was supposed to have been right now, right? Igbetokun was supposed to be on the last 1 year retirement leave or something. And that person should be the police IG. But Tinubu illegally extended his stay. So everything he is doing as your police IG is illegal. Just a reminder, okay? However, that is his own defense. And I do not believe any bit of it, okay? According to him, he said they had two copies of budgets. One, the main budget. Two, the second one is the summary of the budget. That maybe the senators, they didn't have a copy of the summary. He was reading the summary. And that was the misunderstanding. Not that he presented two budgets. I don't believe him. Because if it's something about the summary of what he's reading, definitely they will see a little bit of, correlation. It's like me, for example, right? Let's say I give you a budget of 400 billion naira total police budget. And in that, it says 250 billion for salaries of all the police officers in Nigeria in 2025. And that's straightforward. You don't have to say, the salary of the police officers in Akwa Ibom State is 1.2 billion. The salaries of, no, you don't say salaries, Abi. Okay, that's summary. So for maintenance of police stations across Nigeria is 50 billion, right? You don't have to say, we are spending 12 million at Ajangbadi police station, and we are going to spend 24 million at, Iwo Road police station, or we want to spend 50 million naira in changing the roof of Katangora police station. No, you said maintenance police station, 50 billion. That's summary, Abi. Well, when you start reading what you call summary and what they are holding is not in relation. Okay, here is how you will understand that. Let's say if that one was straightforward, the one I gave you just now is very straightforward. You say, okay, that's the summary is reading. But you are looking at a budget that says, the salaries of police officers in 2025 is going to be 250 billion from the 400 billion budget. But when this one started reading, it started reading something that says the total salary of the police officers is going to be 305 billion. Say, no. Okay, maybe, okay, continue. Normally, remember, the total budget of the police is 400 billion. So you are holding one that says, okay, 250 for salary. Okay, 150. Out of the other 150, 50 billion for maintenance. Okay, 100 billion. So the 100 billion we are spending, like that. So you are expecting, then you realize that when he's reading the summary says salary is going to be 305 billion. 305 billion. I was like, that's 55 billion more than what I have here. The maintenance is now reading 100 billion for maintenance. So that's 50 billion more than what I have here. That's not correlating. It's not tallying, right? Then you realize that what this guy, we are talking about 400 billion, and you are even yet to get to the half of your summary. You are already giving us a tally of over 600 billion naira as your budget. Is that not like 200 billion more than what you submitted to us as your budget? So that's why they raised the alarm. Unfortunately, they won't make that public for us yet. But if you want to see their 2025, a copy of their 2025 budget, if you have that time, it's like about, I think it's about 3,000 something pages, right? The one that Tinubu submitted, copy and paste, right? You have to go to, I think it's gov.something, and I'll look for it. I'll look for the website and I'll give it to you. Go and take a look, right? So that's what triggered the whole argument. So this one that is talking about, I was reading the summary. Maybe they didn't have the copy of the summary. They are not expecting you to read all the entire budget to them. They expect you to read the summary, truly. But if what you are summarizing is almost like doubled what you called your normal budget that you presented to them. Where is this extra money coming from? This is not they make any sense. So this is no match again. Oh, is it just me? That was what that guy said. That guy was like, I don't know if it is just me. Oh, this thing is not matching. Oh, there is no what this IG is reading and what I have here, they are complete different stuff. Oh, but he's telling us that he's reading summary. You know. Anyway, if that is their police IG, you should probably meet other police officers. You know, like what is that guy's name again? Adejobi, Muyiwa Adejobi, the first PRO, or you go and meet Bright Daffy in Delta. Now, I'm going to take you to Delta. Now that I mentioned that, okay? So Bright, there are two sets of criminals. The first one was a young man that was arrested for wrongly accusing police officers of stealing his manhood. According to the report, they said this young man got stopped during the stop and search in Delta State. Then the guy left. Then he came back to say, after he got stopped and searched by the police, he discovered that the police stole his manhood. That his penis is not working anymore. And he suspected that it was the policeman that stole it. Right? Let me play that for you. Let's go to Delta.
I'm SP Edafe Bright, and this is Delta State Police Command. We are presently in Ekpan Police Station in Uye, local government area of Delta State. With me is a suspect alongside two others. They are not here, but this very suspect and his two friends were accosted by the police. Their vehicles were searched. They were also searched, and they were asked to go when they saw that nothing incriminating was found on them. To our greatest surprise, this man came back and said after the policemen searched him, his manhood disappeared. We've been having this case. We continue to have this case. Yet we have not seen one person that truly got his manhood disappeared. But we'll keep hearing these stories, and that is why we'll continue to set example with them. Let them go to court and explain how their manhood disappeared, whereas their manhood is intact. With me here is, what's your name?
Benedict Toju Ogonovo.
Okay, Benedict, which day this thing happened?
On the 13th of January.
Okay, so when the policemen searched you, did they collect anything from you?
No.
Okay, when they searched you, they didn't find anything from you?
No.
So what did they now ask you to do?
They asked me to go.
So what happened after that?
When I left, I was feeling somehow, so I came back to explain how I was feeling, which was wrong.
You came back to who?
To the police checkpoint.
To explain to them that you didn't see your manhood again?
Yes.
Okay, so they now brought you to the station?
Yes.
So after which, what did the DPO do when you complained that you are not?
He asked for a doctor's examination, which was carried out, and it was confirmed that my penis is still intact.
Say it again, make they hear you.
That my penis is still intact.
Okay. So when you accused the police that you can't find your manhood, did you open the trouser and check that your manhood was there or not?
I opened it and checked, but I was scared. I was for the unknown, which was a very, very stupid thing to do.
You were scared for the unknown that the thing will later disappear, or it don't disappear. When you
it was shrinking and it was small because of fear. I didn't know. Yeah, it was shrinked and small.
Why is it that this is the same storyline? I remember one I interviewed 2 years ago, the same storyline. How penis did they shrink?
It was very small, so I later realized it was because of the panic and fear I was feeling. That's why.
Well, what God gave to you is what God gave to you. I don't know why you now. So you see, it's police now that made it to shrink.
No, it's not.
Has the police done anything wrong by performing stop and search? Stop you, search you, and say go?
No. Absolutely not.
So you that raised the false alarm, what if it was during the day and the crowd were there and they now mobbed the police thinking that they have actually made your manhood disappear? How would you have felt? What would have been your fate if policemen had been killed because of your false allegation?
Yeah, it would have been a very, very bad thing of me. So
okay, I want you to be clear again. Let them know, let our listeners to know now. When the doctor checked you, Was your manhood intact, or it actually disappeared?
It was intact.
It was intact. So how do you feel now?
I feel bad because I raised a false accusation. I believe we'll learn every day. I've learned from this my mistake.
You know, there's this popular saying that says you will learn the hard way. This one is already a hard way, and I hope you are proud of it, because I don't see why you want to tell lie on policemen that are just performing their honest duty. Just confirm your name again.
My name is Benedict Ojogunova, and I'm very sorry for what I have caused. I want to apologize to the Nigeria police and to the general public at large that I'm very sorry for my action, and I seek their forgiveness.
Please, how old are you?
31.
What did you study?
I studied political science, and I did diploma in computer science.
Because you're actually speaking like a public relations officer. You want to buy our conscience. Well, it is well. However, it's not in our hand. We will still charge you to court. Court will decide your fate, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm SP Bright, and this is Delta State Police Command. We are in Ekpa Divisional Headquarters, Uye local government area of Delta State. And with me is a wonderful